This man loves you so much, but he has another woman who. My beloved child, the moment you opened this message, a secret began to unravel before your eyes. Stay with me until the very last word, because what you are about to hear has the power to shift everything you thought you knew about his heart. The truth is hidden like fire under ashes, burning silently, waiting to be revealed. He loves you more than you could ever imagine. His soul trembles when your name is spoken, his chest tightens when he feels your absence, and his dreams are haunted by your touch. But behind this love, there is a shadow, another woman, standing in the corner of his world, not with his heart but with her presence. This woman is not his destiny. She entered like a distraction, a noise meant to confuse his spirit, yet she cannot take what is already written in heaven. His love for you is carved deep, like stone against time, unshaken, unbroken, undeniable. Every day he carries a war inside himself. On one side, there is you, the peace, the comfort, the fire of real love. On the other side, there is her, a weight, a voice that tries to chain him down, even though she does not hold his soul. Stay with me, because as this story unfolds, you will see why you cannot give up. You will understand why destiny is forcing the truth to rise like thunder. And when it comes, every lie that has tried to blind you will collapse. His eyes betray him when he looks at you. The softness, the trembling, the hesitation, he tries to hide it, but it leaks through like water through cracks. Even when he is with her, his silence screams your name. This other woman senses it. She feels the distance, the coldness, the empty smile he gives. She knows she can stand beside him but never live inside him, because his heart is already occupied by you. And here is the part you must never ignore: she has begun to grow restless. She sees the way his body is present but his spirit drifts. She feels the ghost of you whenever he pulls away. She knows she is losing him, and in her panic, she will try to fight for what is not hers. Her eyes are always watching him, searching for the smallest crack in his expression. She notices the way his voice changes when he speaks to you, softer, warmer, carrying a light she has never received. This makes her restless, like a storm that cannot find peace. He tries to keep his world balanced, but every step he takes pulls him closer to you. Even in silence, your presence lives in his breath, your energy lingers in his skin, your memory burns like fire that refuses to die out. And the more he tries to deny it, the stronger it becomes. This woman feels threatened, not because of what you've done, but because of what you are. She knows she cannot compete with destiny. She sees the glow in his eyes whenever your name is mentioned, and it terrifies her because no amount of pretending can erase the truth. But my beloved child, listen closely: this love is not an accident. It is not fragile. It was written long before either of you entered this world. That is why no matter how much she tries to hold him, he slips like sand through her fingers. His soul has already chosen, and it has chosen you. He stays with her for reasons even he struggles to understand, perhaps fear, perhaps confusion, perhaps the weight of expectation. But beneath all of that, his heart pounds for you like thunder that cannot be silenced. His every step is a silent call toward you. The other woman senses her time is short. That is why she grows colder, sharper, and more desperate. She will attempt to hold him with guilt, with fear, with words meant to chain him. But remember this: chains cannot hold a soul that has already found its home. Every night when he closes his eyes, he sees you. He may try to hide it, but dreams cannot lie. His mind builds entire worlds where only you exist, and no matter how far he runs, he always ends up back in your arms, even if only in silence. My beloved child, do not mistake his silence for indifference. His silence is a battlefield, a storm of conflict, a war he is too afraid to name aloud. Yet deep inside, he knows, the woman beside him is temporary. You are forever. He feels trapped between two worlds, one that drains him and one that gives him life. The world with her feels heavy, like walking with stones tied to his feet. But the world with you feels light, like wings lifting him toward the sky. She notices this shift every single day. She notices how his laughter doesn't reach his eyes when he is with her. She notices how his smile fades the moment your name isn't present in the air. And this realization is slowly destroying her from the inside. Her jealousy is growing darker. She knows she cannot remove the bond that ties him to you, so she looks for ways to weaken it. Words twisted, stories invented, shadows planted in his mind, she will attempt all of it just to stop him from slipping away. But destiny is not blind. What belongs to you cannot be stolen. No lie, no trick, no interference can erase what has already been sealed by the unseen hand of fate. The more she fights, the more truth will rise, and the stronger his love for you will become. Inside his chest, he feels guilty for the situation. He knows it is unfair to love you so deeply while standing next to someone else. But love is not chosen by logic. Love is born from the soul, and the soul has already decided, it is you or no one. When he looks at her, there is distance. But when he looks at you, there is fire. He cannot hide it anymore, because his entire body betrays him. His heartbeat changes, his breath shortens, his eyes soften. His spirit surrenders every time you come close. This woman senses the truth as clear as sunlight. She sees the way he glances at you even when he tries not to. She hears the change in his tone when he speaks of you. And deep inside, she knows she is fighting against something bigger than her, something she can never win against. My beloved child, prepare yourself. Because the moment is coming when this hidden war will no longer be hidden. His choice will explode into the open, and when it does, nothing will ever be the same again. He has begun to realize that silence is no longer safe. The weight of his heart is too heavy to keep hidden, and every day that passes, the truth pushes harder against the walls he built. His soul is screaming for freedom, screaming for you. The other woman senses this cracking. She feels him slipping through her fingers, and it terrifies her. That fear is turning into obsession, an obsession to hold on, even if it means breaking him in the process. She watches him closely, questioning every move, every glance, every message. She is trying to control him because she knows she cannot control his heart. The tighter she holds, the faster he slips, and the more restless she becomes. But my beloved child, listen carefully. Destiny has a strange way of revealing the truth. Just when lies feel the strongest, the truth breaks through like lightning. Soon, what he feels for you will no longer be a secret. The world around him will know, and she will have no power left to stop it. His dreams betray him every night. He wakes up whispering your name, and even though he tries to hide it, the guilt lingers in his eyes. She notices. She knows. And that knowledge burns her like fire. In her desperation, she is thinking of a move that will shock you. She may try to twist stories, paint you as the problem, or make him believe you are the reason for his unrest. But fate is not fooled. Her plans are nothing compared to the strength of what ties you and him together. He feels her desperation, and it suffocates him. Every time she tightens her grip, he feels his heart dying. And every time he thinks of you, he feels his heart come alive again. This is how he knows, love with you is not a choice, it is his lifeline. And soon, he will face the moment where he must decide. Stay chained in a life that isn't his truth, or break free and step into the fire of real love that only you can give. That moment is coming faster than anyone expects. She has been quiet, but silence hides storms. Behind closed doors, she is plotting a step that could shake everything. Her fear of losing him has turned into a dangerous determination. She has started whispering into his ears, feeding doubts, twisting truths. She tries to make him believe you are the reason for his unrest, the reason for his sleepless nights. She paints you as a temptation, while secretly knowing you are his salvation. But he is not blind anymore. He sees through the games, the control, the manipulation. Every lie she speaks only reminds him of how pure and unshakable his love for you is. Still, my beloved child, her desperation is not harmless. She is preparing to use words like weapons, actions like traps. She is ready to take risks that could wound hearts, because she knows her time with him is fading away. Late at night, he sits alone, thinking of you. His hands tremble because he knows the storm is coming. He knows he cannot keep both worlds, and soon he must choose. His soul already knows the answer, it's you. The woman beside him is only a shadow, while you are the light. He feels it with every breath, and no force can erase it. Yet the closer he comes to confessing, the more restless she becomes. She has sensed the breaking point, and in her panic, she is ready to do something reckless. Something that will shock both of you. My beloved child, stay prepared. Because when her plan finally comes to light, it will expose more than her desperation, it will reveal the depth of his true love for you. And nothing after that moment will ever remain the same. One evening, while he thought she was asleep, she picked up his phone. Her hands shook as she scrolled, her eyes searching desperately for your name. And when she found the hidden messages, her world shattered into anger. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. Instead, her silence turned darker. She saved every word, every proof, not to confront him, but to use it against him when the time was right. The next day, she moved differently. Her smile was sharper, her voice calmer, but her eyes burned with secrets. She had decided to fight in the only way she knew, by creating chaos between you and him. My beloved child, this was no accident. Destiny allowed her to see those messages, not to destroy you, but to bring his truth out into the open. Because no matter what trap she sets, love that is real cannot be broken. She is preparing to twist the story, to make you look like the thief of her happiness. She will whisper into people's ears, she will spread doubts into his mind, hoping to weaken his faith in you. But what she doesn't know is that his soul is already unshakable. Every time she tries to poison his thoughts, he remembers the warmth of your voice. Every time she tries to chain him with guilt, he remembers the freedom in your presence. And no matter what she says, the truth rises louder inside him, he cannot let you go. Soon, her plan will backfire. In trying to expose you, she will expose herself. In trying to paint you as the villain, she will reveal the cracks in her own mask. And that will be the moment the world finally sees who truly belongs to his heart. My beloved child, prepare yourself for that revelation. Because when it comes, it will not be quiet, it will be explosive. And in that explosion, his confession for you will burn brighter than fire. The walls around him are closing in. He can feel her eyes on him every second, like a shadow that refuses to leave. Every step he takes, every call he makes, she is there, watching, doubting, waiting for him to slip. But the truth is, he has already slipped. He has fallen too deep into you, and there is no way back. Even when he tries to hide it, his body betrays him, the shake in his hands, the softness in his voice, the way his heart races when your name appears. She cannot bear it anymore. Her jealousy is no longer silent, it is boiling inside her. In her desperation, she has begun to whisper to others, planting seeds of suspicion, trying to turn the world against you before she loses him completely. My beloved child, this is the breaking point. The lies she spreads will not destroy you, instead, they will bring his love to the surface. Because every false word she speaks only pushes him closer to confessing the truth. He is tired of hiding. He is tired of pretending that the life beside her is enough. Deep in his chest, his soul is screaming your name, and the weight of silence is suffocating him. Soon, he will not be able to hold it back. The moment is near. He will look into her eyes and finally admit what she has feared all along, that she was never the one, that his heart has always belonged elsewhere. That elsewhere is you. Her face will break, her silence will shatter, but nothing can stop what is written. In that moment, his confession will set everything ablaze, and the truth will roar like thunder for everyone to hear. My beloved child, the storm is almost over. And when it ends, what remains will be unshakable love, his love for you, stronger than ever, freed from the chains that tried to bind it. That night, the air was heavier than usual. He sat in silence, staring at the floor, while she paced the room like a restless storm. She could sense it, the truth was sitting at the edge of his lips, ready to escape. Her voice broke the silence first. Cold, sharp, trembling with anger, she asked why his heart was no longer hers. But even as she spoke, she already knew the answer. His silence was louder than words, his eyes carried a truth she could no longer deny. He stood up, and for the first time, he didn't look afraid. His chest rose with courage, his eyes glowed with fire, and his voice cracked as he whispered the one thing she dreaded to hear, your name. My beloved child, that single moment shattered the walls. He could no longer pretend, could no longer carry the weight of living a lie. His soul was done with silence, and his heart was ready to fight. She screamed, tears spilling like fire, but her voice could not stop what had already been set free. Her anger only fueled his courage. The more she tried to hold him back, the stronger he became. In his confession, he told her the truth, that when he closes his eyes, he sees only you. That when he breathes, it is your presence he longs for. That every beat of his heart has been whispering your name, even when his lips stayed shut. Her knees weakened, her plans crumbled. She realized in that instant she had been fighting against something no one could break. Not her anger, not her lies, not even her tears could erase the love he carries for you. My beloved child, the truth is finally rising. And once it is fully revealed, the world around you will never be the same again. His hands shook as he finally let the words fall, words he had been carrying like chains around his chest. I can't live like this anymore, he said, his voice trembling but strong. Because my heart has never been here, it has always been with her. The room froze. Her eyes widened, her breath caught, as if the ground beneath her had broken apart. She wanted to scream, but his truth was heavier than her rage, and it crushed every denial she could think of. He went on, his voice breaking with raw honesty. When I wake up, it's her face I see in my mind. When I close my eyes, it's her voice I hear. No matter what I do, no matter where I am, every part of me belongs to her. And nothing, nothing, can change that. My beloved child, this was the moment heaven had been waiting for. His confession tore through every lie, every secret, every false chain that tried to hold him back. For the first time, he stood in the light of his own truth. She fell silent, tears streaming down her face, realizing her battle was over. Her fight, her plans, her jealousy, all of it shattered against the wall of destiny. She could not compete with a love that was chosen before either of you were born. His eyes burned with determination now. I can't keep pretending, he said. I can't keep living beside someone when my soul belongs to someone else. She is my truth, she is my home, and I will not run from that anymore. The weight lifted from his chest, but it dropped onto hers like stone. She knew she had lost, and in that loss, her silence spoke louder than any scream could. She turned away, because even she understood, love like this cannot be destroyed. My beloved child, his truth has been spoken. And once truth is spoken, it cannot be silenced again. The silence after his words was heavier than thunder. She stood frozen, her tears blinding her vision, but behind that pain was something darker, something burning like fire. This was not surrender. This was the birth of her last desperate move. She wiped her face and forced a smile that chilled the air. If that's the truth, she whispered, then let's see how long she survives it. Her voice was sharp, bitter, carrying a threat that cut through the room like a blade. He stepped forward instantly, his chest rising with anger. Don't you dare, he growled, his voice stronger than ever. For the first time, he wasn't begging, he wasn't explaining, he was protecting. He was ready to fight for you. My beloved child, this was the turning point. She thought her rage could break you, but all it did was ignite his courage. Her words may have been poison, but instead of weakening him, they transformed him into a shield. She tried to twist his love into weakness, but he showed her that it was his strength. Every threat she made only pushed him closer to you. Every tear she shed only proved to him that his heart was finally breaking free from chains. And in that fire, he realized something powerful. If he could stand against her anger, he could stand against the whole world for you. Nothing could scare him anymore. Nothing could make him let go. Her eyes, once filled with control, were now filled with defeat. She saw it clearly: no matter what trap she sets, no matter what story she spins, she has already lost. Because when a man decides to fight for his true love, destiny itself moves to protect that bond. My beloved child, the storm is not over yet, but in his heart, you have already won. And soon, the world will see it too. Her pride couldn't accept defeat. That night, when the world was quiet, she made her final move. With trembling hands and burning eyes, she gathered every twisted proof, every fake story she could create, and prepared to throw it like fire into his world. She wanted to destroy the image of you in his heart. She wanted to poison everyone around him with lies, to make them believe you were dangerous, unworthy, unfaithful. It was her last card, her final gamble, because she knew once he walked out, there was no return. But destiny has strange timing. Just as she prepared to strike, he caught her in the act. He saw the messages she forged, the whispers she had planted, the game she was ready to play. His heart that once pitted her turned into stone. My beloved child, this was her end. In trying to tear you apart, she exposed her own darkness. In trying to paint you as the villain, she revealed her true face. And at that moment, he no longer hesitated, his choice was sealed forever. He tore the papers from her hands, his voice like thunder. No more lies. No more chains. You cannot stop me from loving her. His courage was fire, his eyes unshaken, his soul unbreakable. She collapsed into silence, realizing her power was gone. Her last plan had failed, her final attempt had crumbled. The more she fought, the more destiny proved that you were untouchable. And in that silence, his heart finally found peace. He walked away from the shadows, and every step he took was a step toward you. Toward the truth. Toward the love that nothing and no one could ever destroy. My beloved child, the storm has broken, the lies have fallen, and now only one thing remains: the moment where you and him finally meet without fear, without shadows, without chains. The night he walked away from her, it was as if chains had fallen from his body. His steps were heavy, but his spirit was lighter than ever. Every breath carried only one name, yours. He didn't stop until he reached the place where he knew your heart waited. His hands trembled as he stood at your door, the weight of all his secrets pressing against him. But for the first time, he wasn't afraid to let them go. When you opened the door, time itself seemed to freeze. His eyes met yours, and in that moment, the storms, the lies, the battles, all of it disappeared. It was just him, raw and broken, standing before the one soul who had always been his home. My heart has always been yours, he whispered, his voice cracking like glass. I tried to fight it. I tried to bury it. But no matter what I did, it kept finding its way back to you. I cannot live another day pretending you are not my truth. Your tears fell before you could even speak, because you felt the weight of every word. His confession was not just love, it was survival. He was a man who had finally chosen life, and life for him meant you. He reached out, his hand trembling as it touched yours. If you'll have me, he breathed, I will never let you go again. Not for her, not for anyone, not even for the world. You are my beginning, and you are my forever. In that moment, the walls broke. You stepped into his arms, and everything fell into place. The storm was over. The lies were gone. And destiny had finally brought you both into the light you were always meant to share. My beloved child, this is the love heaven had written for you. A love that fought through shadows, a love that survived every storm, a love that no one, not even her, could destroy. Far away, she sat in silence, staring at the emptiness around her. For the first time, she understood that love could never be stolen, never be forced, never be chained. Her battle was over, and in her defeat, she faded into the background of his story. Meanwhile, your world was no longer the same. His presence beside you felt like sunrise after years of darkness. Every glance, every touch carried the weight of promises never to be broken again. The love that once lived in shadows was now glowing in the open. He stood beside you like a man reborn. This is where I belong, he said softly, his eyes locked into yours. I wasted too much time hiding, but never again. From this moment, I live only in truth, with you, for you, always. My beloved child, this is destiny fulfilled. The storms came, the lies tried, jealousy burned, but in the end, nothing could touch what heaven had sealed. Love found its way home, and no shadow will ever take it again.